Hi guys, I just thought we had a bit of feedback wanting some strength exercises for starting out. So I'm going to take you through a few different exercises where you can kind of start what's the strength aspect you're looking for, the body position, how many reps and sets you can do. So if you start off in this, it kind of gives you the base understanding of strength and running. So we'll start off with a wall hitch and drop. I'm just using the pole, but you can use a wall. And we start off by just 10 on each side. So I stand, and then that's my outside leg is my stabilizing leg, and the inside hip just hitches up. And I just use the wall as a support and come right up. So I try and keep this being as strong as possible. And we go up to 10 with that, 9, 10. And you want to do 3 in total. And then you just change sides. So it's quite a small movement, but it's really effective for glute and learning all about that important sort of vertical stabilization. 8, 9, 10. So you want 3 sides, 3 reps, sets on each side of 10. And it's a good one to warm up onto. Another really good one to warm up is just a straight squat. And so obviously when you're doing some of these strength exercises, you just have to pause it and go through the 3 sets of 10 each side. But the other one is just a straight out squat. The good thing about a squat is it just mobilizes through the hamstring, glutes and back. So just go down. Notice I go down beyond 90 degrees. If you only go 90 degrees, that's cool. But I go right down into the squat. Bring my hands out, and that's to counterbalance my weight as well. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Notice I haven't even got any weight with that squat. I'm just using my body weight. Most of these exercises are all done with body weight. You don't really need to think about using any weights in the initial stages. The other good one to warm up on, so you do 3 sets of that squat. The other good one to warm up on is like a split leg lunge static. So foot down front, that leg, foot quite far back. So notice I pull my midpoint in and I try and stay quite vertical, straight. And then I just come down to a lunge and back out. And initially, probably just go up to 8 on these because they can get quite hard. 5, 6, 7, one more, and 8. And I just swap around other side. Notice I take that lead with that back foot, pull in through the midpoint. Ooh. And then just work from there. And see, I bring that knee as close to the ground as possible. I want to feel stretch through the quad, and the glutes will work on the other side as well. When I push up through the heel, front heel. I just work through that whole motion. 6, 7, 8. I like those to warm up with because it mobilizes through the hip flexors. Glutes, hamstrings, everything just warms up. Now I go into like a wall knee lift. And these are quite subtle, but they're a good way of, I think what's important is to understand that what we're trying to achieve from strength. The vertical strength and stabilization. So what I mean by that is when we land, are we staying straight or are we dipping? So we're trying to always take that pressure from running, stabilize it vertically straight, and then propel back out to the other side. So we do quite a few exercises focused around it. So the wall knee lift is, I put my backside into the wall and my shoulder blades. I bring that foot, the foot that's stabilizing a little bit into the center, then the other, it actually comes quite far into the center. The other leg just comes up to a knee raise. Looks really easy, but to stabilize and hold vertical position on one leg can be quite tricky. 3, 4, 5, 6, while trying to keep this sort of core on, midpoint on. 9, one more, 10. And then I just swap over the other leg into the center. And up from there, so you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. In this whole routine, you can literally just do half an hour of strength, which is, could be up to about 6 exercises or so. And if you do 3 times 10 each side of those, this whole routine I'm showing you today is almost enough for 2 different routines. So just take your time on them, but they're all really good exercises. Good to make your way through them within a week. The next one is a Swiss ball leg hip extension. So to lie on the ground, and if you haven't got a Swiss ball, just use a chair. So my feet onto the Swiss ball, and I just bring my backside just off the ground. And then from there, I'm just going to go right up to that flat position and back down again. Again, quite a subtle movement, but I want to squeeze the glutes on, get myself into the extension. And just the heels will be resting on the Swiss ball. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just notice too, my backside didn't come right back down to the ground. Just before I got to the ground, I worked back up again. You're really trying to work into that extension. So 3 times 10 of those. As you get stronger, you can actually progress that one onto where you've got your feet at right angle, and you come right up to hip extension. So, and that's a progression. So as you get stronger, and the other one you progress to this one. It's a good progression, and really good for that propulsion stage of running when you're lifting off the ground, or propelling off the ground each time you land on it, after you land on it. So it's a nice combo. And the next one is going into like a broken sort of Superman. So, like a Superman, if you think about a Superman comes in all sorts of different forms. So you can really work on the cross. You can see it done up on your toes, and you'll see people working front and back. The broken Superman is taking it right back to the basics. So think about holding in through that midpoint, holding quite a neutral spine, and holding strong, and then learning to lift off one arm. You can go just from side to side. You can really feel the transfer of strength and balance from side to side. You can like 12 of these, and just want to feel the difference from side to side. Really helps sort of understanding the importance of how we keep transferring our weight from side to side, and how we need to stabilize and strengthen that in running. Because when we're running, we're always balancing on one leg effectively, transferring to the other side. So it's hard on the body. And then the other part to it is just going into a leg extension on all fours, and I just extend my leg out, trying to squeeze the glute of the leg that's extending out. And the other side is trying to stabilize. So you hold on to that one, where hold on to the stabilizing leg, and then the opposite leg will extend out, and try to squeeze the glute to extend that leg out as well. Again, tricky, because all you want to do is lean over. You're trying to keep your body in a really strong straight line, and hold it there while you go for a extension of the leg. And again, you only need 12 of these in 3 sets of 12, and that's 12 arm extensions in total, and 12 leg extensions from side to side. You start off with this, it progresses, to both leg and arm extension, but for now, just really work on coming back to that idea of how do I, extend that leg while keeping on a straight line from side to side. And you feel a bit of a shift from side to side, where you just don't want to go too far. So 3 sets of 12 of that, and really focus on that strong midpoint as well. The next one is a bridge with heel drop. So you're lying on the ground on your back. A bridge heel drop is quite straightforward. You know, your legs up to 90 degrees, and you're just doing a heel drop from side to side. What that's doing is, again, challenging that lower abdominal, but from side to side. And notice with running streak, we're always working from side to side or a singular side. And that's because running constantly works from left to right, right to left. So just 3 sets of 12 on that one as well. 9, 10, 2 more, 11, and 12. So 3 sets of 12 on that line, because then we come to the standing position again. And this year we come back to the wall. This time we're going to work on a little bit of one leg squat while keeping the hip up, because running, when we land, we get this sort of, we have to watch for that hip drop, and we want to keep that hip neutral. Yes, the leg centers, and it does drop a little bit. We're always trying to improve that and get that stronger. You can do stuff like wall squats with one leg, so I can come up to this position, pitch that hip up nice and strong, try and keep vertical parallel to the wall, and then just work on some one leg squats. And you can just do 8 or 10 of these, but you really want to feel that glute switching on to push you back up. And as you come down, you don't want to drop into it. You want to keep the hip up as you come down. Okay. And then again, just the opposite side. So work into it, down and up. 5, 6, 7, 8. It's important too to think about like the weight through our feet. So when I was against that wall, I think about like from big toe through to the outside of the heel. Create like a bridge with the foot. So there's pressure into the ball of the big toe and pressure into the outside of the heel. So I'm creating this bridge, and as I'm coming down, really trying to push through the heel as I come back up. As I'm coming down, I'm supporting that. The foot wants to stay. I'll roll in a little bit to try and keep it neutral and create the bridge as you push up. So the heel and the big ball of the big toe. So that's what we're doing as we're coming out of the running gait. Actually going from heel through the big toe and coming out. And when it does that, when we soften the foot on landing, when it comes out through the big toe, it actually creates a bridge and creates a sort of like a stabilizing bridge. And then the first metatarsal of the big toe flex to help us come out. We need that bridge and flexion to come out of that running gait correctly. So we encourage that with that one leg squat as well. Another good exercise is side plank. We start working through, we'll work through a lot of the glutes, hip extension, stabilizing. The other part of it is we want to work on that sort of side abdominal stabilizers, because again, they help us stay onto one leg as well. So these muscles up here, and a good one is side plank. When you're starting out, it's just bend that bottom leg into 90 degrees, and the top leg is straight. So you keep that top leg straight, bottom leg bent, and you just work up to extension. So 10 each side, 4, 5, 6. You can extend the arm as well. 7, 8, 9, 10. It's over to the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 3 times 10 on each side. That one. The next one is a favourite of mine, is an elbow touch. I like it because it really challenges
this idea of being able to really stabilize across them. When you're starting out, just have knees on ground, nice wide base, and learn to touch the elbows while trying to stay as straight as possible. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and pair it up with like a leg lift. Leg lift, you're just into a press up position. Just learn to lightly lift up that foot. Even if you just get a few done, just standing just in the stable position, press up sort of position, little leg lift is all you need. So you can pair that up with the elbow touch and go 3 times as well. But think about with the elbow touch, there's 10 times 3 sets. How am I keeping that body nice and straight and vertical? Not sorry, vertical, just nice and straight, strong. And then pairing it up with the leg lift. You're just doing from 4 to 10 those leg lifts. Those 2 pairs are quite a bit of work, so it's nice to put in on the end of it all, which will help you become stronger. Another one is a bridge with leg extension. So I come up to strong bridge position, and then I alternate from side to side with the leg extension. So it looks easy, but again, you're really relying on one leg to stabilize. So it's a fair bit of work to extend the leg out and then go from side to side with it while still holding on to the midpoint. Hands nice and firmly on the ground, and just really work from side to side. Try and get through 12 of these, 6 each side. So you feel a shift from side to side while staying to stay strong in that position. 10, 11, 12. I like that one because it really helps you hold that midpoint while extending, and it's a nice feeling of, it's really relatable to running when you're kicking up when you're in the kick phase of running, when the leg picks up and the back and swings through. So it's quite relatable. The last one is standing glute leg extension. This is really old school. We used to do this a long time ago, and I like it because it encourages those glute activation of the leg swinging back, but in a stable position. So use the wall or pole, turn that foot out slightly, and it's just going to come back to that while holding in the opposite side. 4, 5, 6, up to 10, 7, 8, 9, 10. Swap sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So from side to side, you've got 10, you've got 3 sets. Again, with that, an important thing with that one is remember to pull in the hip, turn that foot out, and use that glute with the extending leg to pull the leg out while trying to hold this side nice and strong. Yes, it's hard to get this right from the start, and I think if you just work on the principles of that vertical stabilization and strength, it will improve on time, and that's what you're trying to do with all the strength, is to improve on those patterns. You're not going to get it right from the start, but if you can get anywhere near them, it will strengthen, and then you'll get it over time, and you'll start to find yourself stabilizing. So ultimately, what we want to do with this strength is take it into real-time running, where when we're landing on the leg, we're not dropping into it, we're nice and strong, and we propel through to the other side, and that just gets stronger and stronger, that pattern. And I think it's a work in motion throughout all our running lives, that we're always trying to get stronger, that I'm still trying to get stronger, that everybody is. I don't think it ever stops, but we need to help that mechanism along sometimes with strength. So the other strength exercise, like I did it all in sort of 20 minutes, but you want to make sure you're doing 3 sets of each, pause the workout, do them. And when you finish, just open up your back and do some rocks as well. So you can rock. Quite nice to open up the back through rocking back and forth. I quite like that motion. Really opens up the back vertebrae. The other thing you can do is bring the knee over and just open up that lower lumbar. I do this all the time with the runs, and I just find it really helps with lower backs. We all get a bit seized up through there every time. I'm always keeping that back health and the lower lumbar nice and active and work through it. So you do that, and just make sure you do those a few times as well. And think about, like, this is the basis too for a lot of strength. And then you grow on it, and even with our strength class on Wednesdays, we grow on all of that strength, and getting through these patterns initially are really important. So good luck, have fun with it. I'll come out with some more exercises in the future, sort of how to progress on from there. Yeah, give it a go, and let me know what you think.